You cannot just say, I have an idea, everyone make my game. No. And you can't just think that ideas are the value. Implementation is the value. Everyone has ideas. How do I get other people to work on my game? You need to bring value to the table. And you might think, I have a great idea. I have value. Everybody has a great idea. And generally people who are skilled want to put their time towards their ideas and not yours. Just an idea person, exactly. Yeah, you need to at least bring money. I mean, ideally you're a good leader, but if you bring money, you can at least bring some people in. You can bring programming skills. You can bring art skills, money-making skills, money-raising skills, business sense, maybe a great marketer. I have seen people who just actually can build a team on their leadership skills alone. You can actually still build a team. I've seen this happen. I've seen somebody who, they weren't just an idea person, but they were actually a good leader. And so that's a skill. Acquire the social skills to evolve into a visionary. Absolutely. So that is the very least. Programming and art skills are the two most obviously desired, and actually even more than that, programming. And I can think of one specific good leader. He was good at bringing people together. He managed to find funding for the game. That ended up falling through, unfortunately, because we weren't able to produce vertical slice in time because we needed programmers. Because we had great art. We had most of the building blocks. We needed programmers. If you have bad art, you can still make a game. But if your game doesn't work, you don't have a game. If you need to learn one of these, I'd really recommend programming. Now, maybe you're like, I'm a great writer and I have a great story. A lot of writers who would like to write for games don't really want to write games. They want to write cutscenes. They want to write walls of text. If you're coming up with a script and you're like, this should be a game, probably not. It probably shouldn't be a game. It should probably be a script. Maybe you should write a movie or a book. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want that to come across as like, go back to your books. I'm actually saying that very sincerely. Make sure that what you're making is actually better as a game and that you're not just looking to make the cutscenes between other things. You have to have good character and good work ethic. Here's the number one thing. You have to provide value to your team. You need to provide value to the team. If you're in a place with no experience and you want other people to make your game, wait 3 months and see if you lose your passion for game dev. And I mean that because if you're like, hey, I'm so passionate about this and I'm excited. If it really is something that you're passionate about, it'll burn inside of you and you'll be able to keep going with it. And take that time to learn. Study game development, listen to game developers, do research, learn a skill or work on a skill, at least get a little base understanding so that you can at the very least appreciate the work that other people are putting into it if you don't understand that yet. Look at joining another team because you need to learn a little bit of how the industry works, a little bit of what's going on. Look at joining an existing team. Assess your skills. See what value you actually provide. If the only value that you're providing is an idea, you're not providing that much value. And maybe you have an amazing idea. If you do, then work on your marketing because maybe you do have an amazing idea and you need to learn how to market it so that you can raise funding so that you can build this team. Because maybe you would be a great producer or director, but you need to assess your skills and see what value you actually can provide to a team. And then, yeah, look at joining another team. You'll learn a lot. And frankly, the best way to learn from others is to serve them. If you really want to learn, how do I make fantastic games? How do I become a better artist? Or how do I become a better producer? You need to learn from other people. You need to join another team so you can learn from them. That's the best way, and you'll gain experience and you'll be able to do better with your own project. I feel like that honestly covers the main things that I'd say to somebody. Wait 3 months and see if you lose your passion for game development. Assess your skills to see what value you actually provide, and look at joining another team. If you're just like, hey, how do I get other people to work on your game? I think you already have the wrong mindset. The goal to me is not, I want to get other people to work on my game. My goal is I want to create something great. And that's not always going to mean my project. In fact, I might work on my own thing and then join somebody else who has a way better vision than I have and want to work on their stuff instead. I think that a way better question is, how do I create something of value with other people? And it might mean that you come to a group with an idea and you bring skills and then they throw it all away and you do too, because you're like, yes, what we're creating here together is way better than what I had in mind at the first. Have a great rest of your day and take care. I guess that's why I have this outro button, so that I can say goodbye. So, goodbye. Thanks so much for joining and take care. Boop.